Minister of Higher Education and Innovation, Blade Nzimande, on the podium now.
Right back. I'm not going to talk also about the gents also, the terms of the height, it's only catering for tall people. Honorable Gilbert Kabanda Kurenga, the Minister of Scientific Research and Technological Innovation of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Honorable Justine Kasule Lumumba, Minister of General Duties of Uganda. Honorable Viscount Camrose, Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State. Mr. Zhang Guangjun, the Vice Minister of Science and Technology of the People's Republic of China. Mr. Richard Spinrad, representing the United States of America. Members of the Diplomatic Corps, Dr. Philip Mjwaha, the Director General of the Department of Science and Innovation, South Africa. Let me also greet all the GEO co-chairs for South Africa, USA, China, and the EU, heads of delegations, representatives of GEO participating organizations, and associate members, distinguished guests, and delegates, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed, which means all of you are very important, and we really are very excited that you are actually part of this important gathering. And I'm honored to welcome you to our beloved mother city, the city of Cape Town. I'm sure all of you have also been greeted by our Table Mountain. This summit comes at a time when South Africa is celebrating, sorry to those who may not like what I'm going to say, our Rugby World Cup victory. The Springboks won the tournament for a record 4th time last weekend. And we are still in a celebration mode. I wish that all of you here today can join us in this celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here in South Africa, the cradle of humankind, in order to undertake a new chapter in our collective journey to confront global challenges impacting our environment. An improved understanding of the Earth system, its weather, climate, oceans, land, geology, natural resources, ecosystems, and natural and human-induced hazards is essential if we are to better predict, adapt, and mitigate the expected global changes and their impacts on human civilization. As a result, Earth observation data and derived information are essential inputs in the development of this understanding. Equally important is the fact that Earth observations provide the evidence necessary for informed decision-making. It also supports science which underpins strategies for global environmental decision-making and for monitoring our progress on all geographical scales as we explore new development paths aimed at sustainable management of our planet. This week marks 4 years since the GEO Ministerial Summit in Canberra, Australia. It is in this meeting where delegates welcome the ongoing work of the GEO community to deliver its mission by developing a global Earth observation systems that connects and integrates the Earth observation efforts of each nation for the benefit of humanity as a whole. Honorable delegates, ladies and gentlemen, as GEO ministers, we are gathered here today to reflect on progress made subsequent to the summit held in Mexico City in 2015. Again, when we met in Canberra Summit, we acknowledged that the GEO strategy 2016 to 2025 was being implemented efficiently with significant progress. We also committed to enhance access to and sharing of Earth observations data and information. Let me say something about Earth observation in Africa. In order to promote Earth observations in Africa, South Africa led the establishment of AfriGeo, a continental version of the Group on Earth Observation. The establishment of AfriGeo, which is hosted at the Regional Center for Mapping of Resources for Development, based in Nairobi, Kenya, demonstrates our Pan-African mindset. As envisioned, this has indeed contributed to more African states joining the GEO, which is good news indeed. At national level, we have our own local South African Group on Earth Observations, whose secretariat is hosted by the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, one of our science entities. I'm pleased to say that my department, the Department of Science and Innovation, is funding both AfriGeo and South African GEO. With over 500 participants and 290 registered members, South African GEO continues to play a pivotal role in coordinating our nation's Earth observation endeavors, fostering collaboration and promoting the sharing of EO data, products and services. The South African GEO collaboratively engaged South Africa's Earth observation community through government stakeholders and agencies. And these agencies include the South African National Space Agency, the South African Weather Services, South African Earth Observation Network, the CSIR, Council for Geoscience, the South African Air Force, including research institutions and the private sector. All these users are providers of Earth observation data and information and facilitate increased involvement to the GEO work program. Through these agencies, South Africa is able to engage our public and private sectors to easily access and derive benefits through the GEO's products and services. I am pleased that in our endeavors, we are already starting to see an emergence of a new cohort of young Earth observations entrepreneurs who are creating economic opportunities not only for themselves, but for their peers as well. Abiri Innovations, for example, a startup founded by Tswelelo Mashita and Innocent Mazando, does livestock tracking and monitoring and have to date managed to secure 35 paying customers with over confirmed waiting orders. Their company plays a huge role in dealing with the problem of livestock theft in South Africa. This just shows that when we give young people tools to become creative, they will indeed proactively take the future into their own hands. Our continent, Africa, is blessed in many respects because it's predominantly young people who we need, and they are part of the solutions for the problems not only facing the African continent, but the world as a whole. We need to harness this youth in the African continent to be an asset of both the continent, but the world as a whole as well. In the past 12 months, South Africa has experienced devastating floods in various provinces that left behind destroyed human settlements, destruction of infrastructure, including schools, water reticulation systems, and sadly, this was accompanied by loss of lives. We were able to trigger some of the disaster management international treaties and to acquire the necessary satellite imagery to support rescue missions. As we move forward with the proposed new strategy, it is critical that we reaffirm our commitment to full and open access to Earth observation data, knowledge products, and services. We need to continue our commitment to promote data and knowledge sharing and the co-development of services that empower users to make sound decisions. In any case, this is also part of open science. which we are a firm believer in as South Africa. But we also recognize that our world is changing fast, and as a result, we are expected to make new commitments. The new strategy will be tabled for approval later today, proposes the pursuit of global equity in Earth observation by including young people, women, rural and indigenous communities. The commitment to provide the so-called Earth intelligence as a new value proposition will go a long way in integrating Earth and social science-derived knowledge and insights to inform strategic decisions, build capacities, and empower society to address environmental, societal, and economic challenges. South Africa continues to be one of only a handful of members that contribute to GEO Trust Fund in addition to our investment in Afri-GEO and South African GEO. Our entities such as the CSIR, the South African Weather Service, the South African Earth Observations Network, for instance, participate actively in various aspects of GEO work program. It is my understanding that we are all here because we believe in the noble goals and vision of GEO, and as such, I would like to encourage all members to contribute to the GEO Trust Fund and where necessary to second competent personnel to GEO tasks. As the 2023 Cape Town Declaration to be reviewed later indicates, the stage is set for a new GEO and new commitments in a new world where barriers to access and use of Earth observations is not limited to geography. Distinguished delegates, in conclusion, allow me to remind you that without the capabilities offered by Earth observations, satellite, in situ, and spaceborne, there would be insufficient information for future climate change studies and insufficient evidence with which to inform our decision-making on policies aimed at mitigation and adaptation to climate change. We would also have no way of checking the effectiveness of our mitigation strategies in terms of the trends of key essential climate variables. Earth-based measurement systems alone cannot provide the synoptic global picture which is required. Lastly, let me take this opportunity to wish you a successful conference characterized by robust discussion and resolutions that will make us forward in our endeavor. I also implore on all of you that after this conference, to take time, please, and explore and enjoy our beloved city of Cape Town, a corner of the earth that, as you can see, is very beautiful. Cannot really come to South Africa and not explore a little bit of our environment. But as I said last night, I wish you success because we have one and only one Mother Earth. We have no other option. We have to look after it. I thank you very much.
Right, Minister Blade Nzimande there addressing the GEO summit in Cape Town, and of course speaking about the wonderful leaps that have been made, certainly here in South Africa as well, by innovators and scientists really to contribute to Earth observation. Some of the, of course, highlighting even some of our contributions where satellite innovation is concerned as well, and urging delegates as well to explore the beautiful corner of the Earth that is also Cape Town.